Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. At this point, you've probably, at least hopefully, all seen the awesome templates that Steve from Maximum Guitar Works made for me. He's basically set up a design for my own guitar design that I've got, and he set up a complete template system for me. And in today's video, we're going to be unboxing a few more of them to take a look at some stuff that he sent me to help me build next. So just before I move on to unboxing this, let's take just another real quick look at those. So first off, this is probably obvious at this point, I found out what the big holes in them are for. The bigger holes are for hanging. So now I've got this beautiful system to hang all of those, and it doesn't have to be from a pickup cavity or something. Every template hangs. Every template. Done. Next, let's, a little piece of the backing paper. They all came with the backing paper on them, the adhesive paper that protects them. I tried to take that paper off here in my cold garage and I struggled with it. But as soon as I brought one inside and let it warm up, it was very easy. So if you're getting these and you're taking the paper off of them, just do it somewhere warm and you won't have any trouble. Now, there were a few other things that I didn't really mention last time. One of which was simply that these hardened steel drilling things here, the bushings to drill through to make sure that all of the templates line up, they're actually self-centering, so they're a little beveled on the top and on the back. So that makes things really nice. I knew that. I just don't think I necessarily mentioned it. And two, I had no idea what these were for last time. These threaded inserts, didn't have a clue. Turns out they're actually a wildly brilliant idea. So when Steve sends you these, he sends them with paddles for router tables. I'm pointing over there because that's where my new router table is that we'll be demoing in conjunction with building our guitar with these. So he sends you these paddles, and paddles are great for, rotoring, but they've also got these in them. And as it turns out, this is so brilliant, I can't believe I didn't realize it. As it turns out, the idea is these actually thread right into your template. So your template gets hooked up via these drilled bushings, so that can't move, right? You're not going to have any problems with your guitar moving around because it's going to be locked into place with these, and then you don't have any problems keeping control of it because you are actually screwed right into the template. Going to get a lot less tear out, a lot less danger, a lot less messing around. Both hands on top so you don't have to worry about injuries. Well, I mean, you should always be very careful, but you don't have to worry as much about losing a finger or something like that. It's just such a good system. He's thought of everything. And I'm sure he'll continue to think of things. But for now, I have no suggestions whatsoever for improvement on these. With that said, I have a neck template and a fretboard template that are all for getting all the dimensions and shapes right. But I'm missing a couple things, and they are in here. Let's get to it. So in fairness to Steve, these aren't things that I requested initially, and frankly, they're not things that I necessarily need. If you guys have seen me do a fretboard before, which you may have, hang on, I'll show you. When I did this one, I used a laser to map out all my fret positions, and then I just cut along the lines made by the laser. So it's not like I needed a fret cutting template, but Steve has provided one, and I think that's going to be very helpful for you guys because not all of you will have access to a laser engraver. I'll show you what this thing's designed to work with. The other thing that I didn't get initially, and I don't need one because I've got a router table that I can just use the fence to route straight lines on. The other thing is a truss rod template. So I'm expecting, because once again, I know not all of you have this stuff, not all of you have a router table, I'm expecting one of those to be in here as well. This is extremely well packaged. Jeez, okay. All right, as usual, Steve's attention to detail is impeccable. He really does apply that start with excellence theme of his when he makes these things. So I'm guessing CNC cut cardboard here. Yeah, CNC cut cardboard to give me his routing tools. So this one, as you can see, is the truss rod routing template. They're all labeled number 2 Guitar Works 25.5-inch scale. That's the scale length that I've chosen for my guitars. Truss rod routing template. It matches up, so I've got these pegs here to match up to my well, these ones match up to the neck template, and then I've got a few here in case I want to put this thing on a board, I guess. Oh yeah, okay, I see. So I can do all the truss rod work first, and then I can go in and do the neck outline. So here's the thing, guys, and you need to be cognizant of this. Steve has a full set of videos on how to use this stuff, and when I do mine, I will show you how to use them, but I will comparatively skim the surface. Like, we're gonna go through it, but not in nearly the level of detail that he covers in his videos, and I simply don't know these systems anywhere near as well as he does, so it's important, I think, for you to go and check out his videos. I will put a link to his channel in the description. Go check out his videos. All right, what's going on here? Oh yeah, so this one is, this isn't the truss rod. That one was a truss rod, it was for the middle. This is for reinforcement. So if you want to put in any other kind of reinforcement, this is the one that you will use. Most common is carbon fiber rods. Okay, so if you want to put in a carbon fiber rod, or two of them rather, one on either side of the truss rod for a very, very well reinforced neck, this is what you use for that. So the alignment bushings on here are designed to match up to that, and you would do one on one side and one on the other. Okay, and now you might be looking at this going, well, why is this so wide? Well, you're supposed to use a bushing. So you use a bushing for this one to run your truss rod down the middle. Your truss rod's not this wide, right? And then you use a smaller bit and a bigger bushing, or a smaller bushing, I guess you would say, to do this one. And that's, we'll cover it, we'll do it. I don't think I'm probably gonna do much in the way of carbon fiber. I don't usually do carbon reinforcement. I guess it's not carbon fiber, but I don't really do carbon reinforcement, but I might. We'll see. I will definitely do truss rod, and I will definitely use those templates for them. And then finally, my 25.5-inch scale cutting jig for fret slots. So let's talk about this. First, just a second to acknowledge, literally, look how well packaged that is. It's even got the cardboard that slides into the slots. So this is our fret cutting jig, all right? And for a Fender style, he's got it labeled, you use both sides of end notch for Fender style nut. So this is the nut notch, you use both sides and you cut on both. It's designed to align in the exact same way as my truss rod template, or sorry, my fretboard template rather. 22 fret neck for this one. Mine, I think, is a 24, but that's fine. I can just cut the extra 2 very easily. I need to make sure that the blank that I'm using covers the area of the fretboard here, but it doesn't matter if it's aligned or not. None of that matters because of how well set up this thing is. So let me show you what this is designed to use with. Here we go. This is my fret slot cutting miter jig, okay? I happen to have mine bolted to a piece of wood, and then I've got a couple of bolts coming out of my piece of wood that actually go into these threaded inserts in my bench for when I want to use this thing. I also happen to have my fret bender on here. Like, it's all set up on one thing, but that's just what I did. But these, you can screw them down to whatever you want. This is the one from Solo Guitars. So if you want this one, you can use my affiliate link in the description. If you feel like it, go to Solo Guitars and pick one up. They have the same one at StewMac, exact same, pretty much everything. Price tag's probably a little different, and I think there's some anodization on the sides of the StewMac one, which does nothing, but anyway, you can get them there too. And then inside this, it's tough to see here, but inside this there's a little pin here, just a little pin sticking out, and what that does here, because of the way Steve has this set up, is it aligns to these. Now remember, your scale length, where your fret actually matters, is that direction. So you want to butt it up against the pin in that direction. But this is going to slide right in here. There's not a ton of extra room. There's enough for me to get things lined up. And there, it's up against the pin. It won't go anywhere. Just enough room for me to slide that out, move it over, and bring the next one against the pin. It's going to be so fast. I am so looking forward to working with this. So this guy, I don't even think I'm going to need to use these. I'll drill a little bit into my fretboard blank. I will use these bushings, and then, yeah, boom, I'll cut them. And just for reference, here's my fretboard outline template. Well, guess what? Everything I say this with the utmost confidence without even having checked. Everything lines up perfectly. See? That lines up. All of my fret markers line up. These line up. The only difference is this is 24 fret because of the types of guitars I'm going to be building, and this is the standardized one, which is 22. All right, guys, so there you have it. I'm going to take these inside so that this tape can warm up a little bit and will be easier to peel off all at once instead of in pieces. This is coming in with me, so are the other two, and yeah, I can't wait to work with these. Check out Steve's website. Check out his YouTube channel. See his demos. He does incredibly good instruction. He actually teaches a guitar building class, and his templates are second to none. It does not get any better than this, as far as I know. And ask the guys at Texas Toast. They know what they're talking about, right? They use Steve's stuff. They love it. I am impressed. As always, I am impressed with what Steve's got put together here. So he's even got the frets numbered, which is wildly unnecessary. But I'm just looking forward to using this. All right, guys, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see me actually do this build. I've got everything I need now, at least in terms of templates. I think I've got all the parts I need. It's going to be fun. We're doing a couple other things kind of at the same time or before, but this one's coming up quick. Thanks again. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.